A grand welcome back to the Kingdom of Otapon. It has been a while since we have been on stream here, and I appreciate you all for hanging out with me a little bit on this wonderful Wednesday night as we get some extra work done here on the Kingdom. In particular, we're going to be doing one of my favorite things to do in the beautiful game that we call Minecraft. Now, that beautiful thing that we're going to be doing is going to be adding even more lilacs and sunflowers in to the kingdom area that we have kind of down below us. The eventual plan here is going to be to place a tower eventually. By that, I mean hopefully tomorrow and Friday so that we can get the video out by Saturday. But over here, you can see that we have trees that need to be felled and then even more flowers to be put in the area. And so I'm very excited to get around to doing that, and if you are too, consider leaving a like on the stream, and if you're watching this after the fact, thanks for taking a look at what we end up doing here on the live stream fashion, where we get a little bit more of a hands-on look with the kingdom and kind of just hang out. So we will get a first kind of hands-on look for our melon farm area that we have down here, where we do happen to have an interior, but this is not where the farm actually resides. We have some banners and some item frames right here, and of course I've wasted pretty much all of the leather that I have to my name with these bookshelves. I definitely need to make like a cow crusher or something like that. But you can see that we have some pots and plants and just all the little bits and bobs, all of my nice items that I have in the game. I really do try my best to place in item frames around the kingdom, and it really does add that extra bit of life, which is really something that is so important to me. So I really do try as much as I can to add the little things into my world. I'm just changing up the song real quick, and you can see that you have many extra little details and bits of life added to the kingdom, where we have these funky banners that we have right here, which are kind of fun to look at, and tons of like hay bales and wagons all around, and I'm definitely a fan of it, I must say. But if we're going to get all of the bone meal that I have to my name so far, the actual melon farm is down here underneath this trapdoor, where we can fall down into a little water chute, and as you can see, the farm is ready for us. We actually have our aquarium right here, which is very fun, and the fish will eventually kind of swim up, as you can see, just like that. We have a bed just in case we want to sleep the night. And then a good buddy of mine, I ended up making this design myself. I think using like AI, because Morg is like a raccoon. He's a other Minecraft YouTuber and another member on the Lotus SMP, which I'm a member of. So definitely take a look at his channel. We can see that we have our melons over right here. And speaking of Lotus, it has been a very, very long time since I've been on Lotus, which I do feel bad about. But I have kind of been on this hamster wheel recently of creating as much content as I can, and pushing YouTube to its max and really going all in. And my Lotus episodes, well, they're just too hard to do on top of keeping up my videos on a weekly basis. I just don't have enough time to like squeeze in the mini projects that I need on top of even getting the projects that I want to get done here. As you can see, based on the fact that it is Wednesday, and although I definitely have plenty to edit, plenty to edit. Oh, my bone meal is actually over here. Although I have plenty to edit, it's probably going to be a long Friday night in order to get the video out, and maybe into Saturday morning too. We'll have to see what happens. I actually ended up staying up not very late for me, probably like 10 p.m. on the last Friday in order to make the video, and I still wasn't done with it. So I ended up having to get around, and I woke up at 4 a.m. as I always end up doing. But I worked from like, I don't know, from 4 to 7:30 a.m. I'm just changing the song real quick. in the morning on Saturday, and then I went to the gym, and then I think I worked on it from like 8:30 to like, I don't know, maybe 10 o'clock in the morning. So I put hours and hours into that most recent video in order to get it out, and I was farther ahead of my recording process than I am now. So it's going to be a doozy to get everything that I want to get done, but I'm kind of making my projects as small as I can at the same time. But right here in the Audubon Sugar Incorporated building, we can head inside here, and if we head down the trapdoor, once again, you can see that I have plenty of my farms underground, and that's okay with me. This is a build that I don't really show off at all, which is kind of interesting. I think I could probably do more with the detail in here, and I don't know, it's much more of like a farming space for sure, but we have a bunch of auto composters right here, and I've been slowly and steadily working really, really hard to get as much bone meal as I can, specifically for what we're going to be doing today with grabbing all of the flowers and making them destined to find a spot in our kingdom somewhere. And hey guys, thanks so much for hopping in. If y'all are new to stream, which is probably true because it's been such a long time since I have, to crane my neck over to take a look. So Wheel, what's up, dude? It's been a long time. And Simid's over here too. Dude, thanks so much for saying hi and for all of the comments on the community posts recently. I've really been enjoying your answers and kind of insights to the questions and whatnot. Don't feel like I don't look at all of that stuff. Although I'm getting a lot more comments recently, and that's been very fun to be able to connect with you all so much. But while trying to get as many videos as I can out, it has been very, very difficult to be able to respond to all of the YouTube channels. I have this one and the second one, and then I actually have a third YouTube channel of my real life self where I kind of vlog every day to the camera at 4:30 a.m. when I wake up. And then at the same time, right now, I'm actually having a really big blast doing it. It's such a fun way for me to spice up my creativity as of recently, is to, I've been filming like a week in the life, and I'm going to title it like a week in the life of like a real life Minecraft YouTuber or like something like that. And make it like a real like vlog sort of thing. So that'll be fun to do. And I just want to see Seiji, what's up, dude? I've been loving the videos recently. And I thought it'd be fun for you to have that little surprise that we have over here with that with your cottage. Welcome to the Kingdom of Audubon, man. And I thought it was fun. When I like really enjoy and kind of see someone that I vibe with in the community as much as I can, when they're a content creator that I enjoy, like genuinely their content, I try to put them into my world somehow through like a build or through like a cinematic, or if I kind of just know you through like the Minecraft scene and that sort of thing too. It really just brings my world to life in my personal opinion. And for example, many of the builds that we have here have a lot of life. Like the Targ ended up naming the Golden Glory Treasury that we have right here. And then this is 360's house over there. And then down, if I was to go into the map over here, this is Indiana Animate's house. And then we have my house originally. This is the windmill, the smeltery, and then we have like the tavern there. This is the Sugar Incorporated. I actually haven't given anyone a place, or like no one lives in this build that we have. I can't even tell, my kingdom is getting so big. Right up here. That's so funny. And then we got your house over here, Seiji. And then plenty of cinematics. Etat's house is somewhere over here. we have tons of builds now. It is quite crazy. But it's really fun. And then like, you know, being able to like recount that and like talk about it, and I'm going in the wrong direction. But actually this is going to be a part of our upcoming video as well. I got around to making a cute little dock in this area, and the benches that we have right here are inspired by Barse, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. So it looks really pretty down here, I gotta say, but I'm kind of just waffling, and I'm glad I haven't started hitting record on the replay mod cinematic, because it would definitely take up some time. But we're gonna start off tonight's stream with actually taking out our axe, and then we're gonna get around to putting in our sunflowers and our lilacs, as you can see right up here as the sun sets. And man, everything really is so beautiful, I gotta say. And Epion, thanks so much for saying hi too, man. It's definitely cozy vibes here. It's interesting. I feel like there's always stage in a Minecraft world where like you've put in tons and tons of hours, and you're like, okay, let's hit start recording. You put in tons and tons of hours, and you still don't feel like what you've done is like that significant. And then you start to having a turning point. For me in particular, I'm actually at a stage with this region of the world where I'm almost fighting. As much as I'm enjoying it, and there's so much to like kind of put over here, I know how much more detail I could put in if I just like continuously worked on it. But I also want to move on to making a desert kingdom, which is gonna come up, I don't know, whenever I finish the kingdom. Which I actually can't officially really, I gotta sleep for the night, put a timeline on at the moment, because I don't want to leave the starter area, like this part of the world, until everything is like to exactly what I desire. Because knowing that this is like a forever world, I also know myself, and I know that I'm probably not coming back to like fix things up. Like I'm gonna want to move on to other projects, if that makes sense. And I'm always thinking, I do need to update my stream playlist, but it's just been such a long time since I have live streamed, I guess. So yeah, thanks for hanging around, guys, once again. And I have one thing that I knew that I was going to talk about as I was walking up to the computer to hit live and record, and it's an idea that has been like really captivating me and really taking me back recently. And it's kind of like a thought experiment. So I want you to imagine that you had like, I don't have this money, of course, but imagine you knew somebody, right, that with no strings attached would give you $10 million, and you wouldn't get it right now, but you would get it next week. And once again, like no strings attached. So you can do anything that you want with that money. Now, like, take a second to think about that. Like, having $10 million next week, what would you do? What would your life look like? How would it change if you had $10 million next week? Well, most likely you're thinking, like, you know, everything would change. I would go and I would travel, and I would indulge in assets that would make my life a whole ton better, and for the ones that I love as well. And then think about going on like a first date, or having a difficult interview, or trying something new that is really just out of your comfort zone, and usually it would make you kind of uncomfortable. Well, imagine then having $10 million. Well, that date, or doing that difficult board meeting, or the social gathering, or whatever the difficult thing is for you, you have $10 million in your bank account, like, you know, that's going to change how you evaluate. It's like, well, I don't care about this one thing. It's not the end of the world. I have $10 million in my bank account, right? And so the idea behind that is that, well, it sounds outlandish, but, you know, why not live life in a way where you have the mentality yourself to live as if you're going to get to a place where you have $10 million? Because the only way for you to actually get there is to live and act and think in a way where you could have $10 million. And so I've kind of just been thinking about that, and I'm an elementary school teacher, so I by no means am anywhere close to being a millionaire, right? But at the same time, I am someone that really personally champions time, and I think that time is the most important thing, and that it's way more important than money. And so, having that mentality, and then acting like time is so important to me and I should spend it in a $10 million way, if that makes sense, has been just really influential for me, not only in how I'm living in the moment or just like through every moment, but also in my evaluation of like how I spend my time and the worth of certain things and whether or not certain things are good for me. It's like, well, if I want to live like a 10 millionaire, would I be doing this or would I be doing that? And kind of everyone has, I think, those inner thoughts in their brain where they, have to think about, I'll start a new replay mod recording, those insecurities or thoughts of self-doubt or, the things that kind of pick at you. And everyone, I also think, has vices. Like, nobody's perfect here. And I'm nowhere near perfect myself, right? And so I think that it's been really enabling for me to think about myself and live in a way that is like a 10 millionaire, because just having that kind of idea and evaluation on life has, for me in particular, made me, think about myself in a more positive light and do things and, be actionable in a way that makes me reflect on my actions in a way that I'm proud of, because I'm living like a 10 millionaire and I'm doing things that, are difficult for me or challenging and as a result fulfilling because I'm, trying my best at it. But at the same time, you have to sacrifice some things too. So, I do think that also kind of reflects on what I'm talking about with Lotus a little bit recently too. I just, I've been grinding and that sort of thing, and I have not been able to get around to fitting in that other thing because I'm like, well, there's other parts of self-development, and I do so much Minecraft stuff already, and I'm on this hamster wheel with, I really am valuing being able to get out this, consistent content as much as I can. How can I fit it all in? Well, sometimes things have to go and you have to make sacrifices, and so I have a good handful, a good amount of Minecraft buddies that maybe are a little bit upset with me because I've been grinding so hard. So all the love to y'all, and I'm not going anywhere, I promise, for the Lotus members. But yeah, definitely this Kingdom of Otapon, the survival world, and just pushing it, and really just kind of like developing as a video editor too, and trying to push the craft, and kind of enjoy the process as well. Like, one thing about being on an SMP is that at some point in the game, like, you kind of have everything. And so it's been nice to just like, although I don't have any flowers, well, I'm collecting them myself and that sort of thing. And I'm not buying them. And yeah, that's been good for me. But at the same time, I've also, I only been a little bit running out of ideas for Lotus stuff recently in particular. So we'll get back to it. We still have one big episode, a finale episode for Lotus, but we're not yet there. We're still not yet there. Thanks, my man. Yeah, elementary school teacher is very chill. Well, actually, I don't know if I totally agree with that. Elementary school teacher is way less chill than you would ever think. It's actually probably the reality of the situation. I mean, teachers work so hard. And like, I'm also a man in a female-dominated profession, right? And teachers do not get all the love. And like, I don't know, so many women are teachers, right? And I gotta say, as a guy, just sort of as a human being, like, being a teacher is really, really hard, and like is a whole ton of work and takes a lot of love and like discipline and dedication and patience and like all of the different things too, right? And so as a result of that, like the rewards of it are great, but like I think that it's really underestimated how hard elementary school teaching actually is. And when I was a student teacher last year, I ended up the assistant principal of my school was my mentor and my coach and that sort of thing. And I got into it, and I thought that it was going to be a lot more, I don't know, just easier than it happens to be. It's a very difficult thing to do. It really is teaching is for the strong and that sort of thing. He's like, no, like, I really need you to realize that at the end of the day, like, especially starting out, there's going to be many, many nights where you're staying up very late, cutting out things or lesson planning and all of these different little things. And I definitely tried to, I don't know, like, at first stay away from it as much as I can, or like push it back and not like accept, I think is the word for it. Accept that I was going to have to, that it really was as difficult as it is. And I was going to have to put in so much work in order to be a good teacher. And like when, you're educating people and, people's children, and of course the people that you love and spend so much time helping them develop into the best versions of themselves, like you definitely want to do your best with it. I think that it's, within the human heart to be like, well, if my responsibility is, the growth and development of, our children, the future and that sort of thing, in all the aspects, because like being a teacher is not just like teaching the content, it's also being responsible for all of your children's emotional well-being every second throughout the day. And I personally have 29 children in the room. And so the way that I kind of explain it to people, and don't get me wrong, like I love doing it, like really love doing it. But a really great way to kind of think about it is imagine juggling 29 things. And then I say, imagine juggling 29 human beings. And then I say, imagine juggling 29 human beings while trying to be in charge of their like academic trajectory and like learning crucial, building blocks in, their growth and development, and also like teaching, doing the social skills and like all of the different things. I mean, juggling 29 things at once is a really insane thing to do. I really think about it like it, any object doing anything, caretaking 29 of anything at one point in time is insane. Even if it's like an inanimate object or just like, playing with it or whatever it be, right? Even like playing Call of Duty, you're not doing 29 things or, being in charge of 29 things, I think, really like every moment or every second. But as a teacher, you are. So I think it's a crazy thing, and it's very rewarding. I tried it. I'm definitely the chill teacher. And I'm kind of known throughout the building as that. And that's how I like it, of course. But it's always a balancing act, I think, when it comes to being able to be as, chill and permitting and ongoing. Tomorrow's pajama day, actually, which is very exciting. Get to teach in my pajamas. But also making sure that you hold your children to a high standard, because, you want the best for them, and you also expect the best out of them, if that makes sense. Because, we're all here to put our best foot forward on this planet and do as much as we can with the time that we have in order to make the best, difference and influence that we can for the world, I think. But as many people would say, and I do definitely agree with it, you can't be there for other people until you're really there for yourself, right? Oh, man. And so that's, very, very important, I would say. And so, you know, my job is to make sure that these kiddos know how to take care of themselves and others and the environment. So yeah, it's a cool thing. And the good days are really good. The tough days are really tough. But man, it is underrated how hard teachers work, in my personal opinion. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water. I can hear my voice drying out. Simon, I get it. I mean, here's the thing though. When it comes to playing with Minecraft friends, it's crazy. I have a lot of Minecraft friends now. But it was not like that. I really want to like make that clear that like it was not like that. I'm so proud, and I tell people about my Minecraft friends and like really interact with them as much as I can and that sort of thing. And I consider you guys, if you guys are hanging out on stream with me, like I consider you guys my Minecraft friends. And you know, the better friends just become, you know, more consistent. And then usually, what happens, especially with the creators that I end up becoming friendly with, is that whether it be like a social event or whether it be just like an inclusion in one another's content and that sort of thing, you know, we kind of just end up linking up. And I'm sure, at least in my experience, join many others' discords and that sort of thing. And you really never know, especially if you're a content creator, I really mean this, where the path is going to lead you. I was not good at this, and I did not think that I was going to go anywhere with this, B. Like, my original goal is like, oh, I wonder if I'll ever hit I want to try to get 1,000 subscribers, and like, there was no more thought besides that. Like, I want to see, like, you know, I like editing videos. I kind of used to do a lot of like GoPro editing and like, you know, cinematic editing with my GoPro camera and choosing all these different angles, which is definitely something that you see transfer into my Minecraft cinematics. It's like, you know, just different angles, and you know, I really like messing around with that. And I was like, you know what, why don't I try to, I like watching Minecraft cinematics and I love Minecraft YouTube. I don't think I have like a voice or, you know, anything here. I wasn't, you know, it wasn't being down on myself, but I just didn't think that I had anything. It was just something that I wanted to do, and like, I wasn't going to tell anyone about it. It was kind of just like my little thing and my little outlet to the world, and in place to be creative and nerdy in myself and that sort of thing. And I just kept doing it and kept doing it. And what ended up happening was that, you know, I love Replay Mod, as many of you all know, and I ended up, so weird. I was, you know, my first hardcore YouTube video that came out, I don't know, 2.5 years ago now, which actually got 37,000 views, which is crazy. Yeah, you can check it out, actually. It's still on my channel if you would ever like. It took me 3 months, I think, to make. And I've been in this kingdom for like 4 months, and I've done like 10 videos and all of this work. You get so much better at doing things over time, definitely. But I lost my train of thought with that, man. Yeah, oh, actually, yeah, so the first hardcore video that came out, like, got 37,000 views, and I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I do have something here. And then I ended up burning out on making episode 2. And then within that time period, while I was making the second episode of Hardcore, I spent literally, and you know, I was not at a skill point in time where I was good enough to make videos quickly, but I barely put any effort. I put like 2 hours of effort, maybe, into making how to make Replay Mod or make cinematics tutorial, which I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have maybe seen it on my channel. It has over 300,000 views now, which is crazy. And I didn't think of anything when I posted it. Well, actually, I was like, oh, you know, this is something that I know how to do now after spending so much time learning how to do Replay Mod cinematics for the 3 months that it took to make that video. Why don't I just fill that, you know, gap and see what happens? And at first, nothing happened. the first week it had like 600 views, and then like the second week it maybe had like 650 views, and then the next week it maybe had like 700 views, and I really wasn't thinking anything of it. I was like, oh, it's kind of going up, and then eventually it got to like 1,000 views, and I was like, whoa, that's interesting. Like, it seems to be growing, but still didn't really think about it that much. And then looked back, and it was like 2,000 views or like 3,000 views. I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like, this is crazy. Like, kind of just going over time. But I never thought that it was ever going to hit 100,000 views or 200,000, anything like that. And it's starting to slow down on its reach. But for the last like 2 years, every 48 hours, it gets like over 1,000 views, and it has just been this like incredible, like just recurring, just like not only just like viewing source, but like also, since I'm a monetized YouTube channel, it's been like recurring monetary kind of like passive income source, and nothing drastic, but just like, you know, just a little something for the last like 2 years. And that's been crazy. That was crazy. And like, I didn't really think about it ever. It was never like a catalyst or motivation for me to keep making YouTube videos. I was just like, I want to get better at this, because all the other videos that I made were like not good, you know? And so I got better at it, and I got better at it. And then, you know, I started to see the fruit of my labor. And then I had always wanted to get into Lotus, which is the SMP that I play on now. It was like a dream for me. Like, I really had wanted to. And I tried to play my cards as well as I could in order to get into Lotus. And if you don't know Lotus, the Lotus SMP is a creator-only, invite-only SMP. And so, yeah, I couldn't ask for it, but I just happened to be able to get to be accepted, which again was something exactly what I had wanted. And I just wanted it because I really liked the server and I wanted to play on it. It really wasn't much more than that. I liked the people and I wanted to create with them and that sort of thing. And so yeah, I kind of just like played my cards and you know, commented on YouTube videos and that sort of thing. But I really never thought that as soon as I started playing on Lotus, just like an entire different window of understanding how Minecraft was played online, it changed everything. Like, not only just like playing the game by itself, but at the same time, my connections with other people, whether it be like Minecraft content creators or fans or just like other connections. And I ended up finding all these people where I just like, they really are. And it's so weird because, you know, it's not like I really know them in real life, but like they're some of the most important people to me. Like, because like we all just have the same love and interest and grind and like discipline and dedication. And yeah, just like love most importantly for Minecraft and creating content on it and that sort of thing. And so now I play on like a creator only server where I get to a creative only server with other really good builders, and like, you know, those people also play on other Minecraft servers who know other people. And one thing, you know, is also the Minecraft content creation community may seem big, but I also don't think it's as big as some people might think. And I really can't figure out the flowers right now. Once you get to a certain point, and like I'm, you know, still at threshold and that sort of thing, but like people know people. And even for me, like with some Minecraft content creators that like I really look up to, I can pop into a stream and they can be like, hey, Slip, like, what's up? And I'm like, I know your content. I'm like, no way. Like, that's what a crazy thing. Like, I never thought that I would have ever come this far and have ever made friends like this. And I'm so thankful that I just stayed consistent and, you know, kept doing it because I didn't think I was going to love it. And I just wanted to do it. And I didn't realize that it was going to become such a significant part of my identity. And now I'm so confident about it. And I really tell everyone about it. It's something that I don't hide from at all. All of my elementary school kiddos know it, and they like to draw fan art and that sort of thing, and that's really fun. And I actually have it all up on the wall right next to me. And so that's really cool. And like, you know, it's not like I've only had fan art drawn a couple times from like just like online fans, but like just imagine the feeling, like, I don't know, of having like a couple of thousand subscribers where you never thought you were ever going to get to like 2,000 or past 1,000. And you have all these people that you're friendly with now, and like you guys all play with each other and like, you know, enjoy spending time with one another. And then you have so many real people that watch the videos that like they're real people, and like, I don't know, it's an actual connection, and like you become friends, even if it's just like internet friends. And I think that that sort of connection over something that you can love so deeply with other people, even if it's through the internet, I think it's actually more, I don't know, important isn't the word, but just like, I don't know, special and like maybe underrated, maybe the word for it. And that's because I think that especially as you continue to get older in life, well, you're in circles and you spend most of your day at work with a bunch of people that you may share some common interests with, but it may not be those little things that you kind of, you know, when you're watching videos by yourself or whatever it be, right? Like you're not doing it with other people. Like this is kind of the little thing that you like to do. And then being able to find, you know, other people that also are into that, it's an astounding, it really is an astounding feeling. And then on top of that, for me, it's just like now I have hundreds and like, I don't know, thousands of people that interact with it. And like my channel actually is coming up on, I think it probably has passed it by now, 800,000 views for a total lifetime. It's like, I didn't think that I was going to be getting, I might hit a million views on the channel within the year. Like, how crazy is that? I never thought it was going to happen. And all of the support really just means the world for me. And so thank you, like genuinely thank you for, for being here. And yeah, there's, you know, just so much that we're going to be look how crazy that looks. Okay. Not exactly sure what I think. But for the time being, I mean, our thumbnail is going to be right up here. So this is looking okay for the moment. I thought that it actually might fit the bill being able to do this throughout the entire land, but what this does tell me is that the Kingdom of Audapon is probably going to need some more terraforming and some more builds down here, but that's okay. That just means extra time to pay to the attention to detail in this world. But actually, we're pretty close. We're almost done right here, which is very exciting. And the craziest thing about it too is that I actually still have some flowers to my name, which never happens. Literally never happens in my world. I think we can come in with some sunflowers right here. It's gonna get, there's definitely a couple places where it's not perfect and it's gonna get a little janky, but at the end of the day, especially with the fact that we'll come back and we'll be placing builds in the area, and as you can tell, it definitely, as much as I can, I'm trying to make this like a very congested mountaintop here. I think that it will end up coming together really beautifully. I think everything has come together really beautifully. Although there's some oddities and nuances and all the little things that make a world imperfect and in the best way possible, I think. So let's see here. I mean, and maybe one thing that I still need to do, I need to put some more carrots, and I definitely need to put some, what's it called? Some beetroot into the world as well. Because as you can tell, this guy really likes his flowers, and he really likes his colors. Flowers are destiny, as we can see by the title of tonight's stream. Oh, and Dino's hanging out too. Dino, how are we, man? It has been a good bit, but I miss you, man. And I really do hope you're doing well. And I know that you know that it never matters for me how long it has been since the last time we've chatted. But I always just appreciate seeing you, man, and saying hi. For those of you guys that don't know, Dino is a huge OG. Has been here since the early days. Dino, I know since the early days of Lotus at least, but I would not be surprised if even beforehand, and is just an all-time good guy as well. Dino, you were the only person. Yeah, this is true. Dino is the only person that has my actual Instagram, my real life Instagram. So maybe that shows, how good of a guy it is, and really, you become friends with, the people that that you hang out with as much as you can, or at least, I don't know. That's how I like to do it. Everyone does YouTube in a different way, right? Some people are strictly here for the money, or for the fame or the accolade. Some are here for creative process, and I think for many people, there's always a mixture of a little bit of everything within that, and that's okay. For example, for me, I have been messing around, and I've been making these. I gotta get a sip of water. Vibe slip. What up, Cobb? I know. I feel like people could believe I'm a robot. If you know me, if you again, I was talking about this earlier on stream. I was kind of referencing you, Cobb. Not necessarily you. Actually, you're probably the person I've responded to the most over Discord. But there's many people. I've been in a robot mode, literally a robot mode, with posting as much content as I can, and so everything else really has been very much a sacrifice on the YouTube thing, because I'm unless the window perfectly aligns itself, I know that I need to do the thing, and it's been very systems based recently, that I need to get done in order to get the video done. And so I've been ruthless, literally ruthless with my precision with what I need to do just to get the next video out. And as a result of that, since Lotus projects are kind of harder for me to figure out and pull together, it's multiple different projects throughout the world and that sort of thing. I've been stuck on this hamster wheel in this robot mode, which I don't know. It's been the season of life. But if y'all don't know Cobb, definitely check out Cobb's channel as well. He's one of my best buds here on the YouTube scene, and another fellow on Lotus, and he has just finished his city. Which, Cobb, dude, I am so excited. It's in my watch later, but that's another one of the things I literally have not been at all watching any Minecraft content. I haven't even finished Etat's video. And I know that I was okay, I have it in my watch later, but I need to focus on getting the video out, so I can't do it until the next good time to do it. Which is going to be this upcoming weekend, which I'm very excited about. Or if I'm brushing my teeth tonight, that's I kind of do. That's what I've been doing recently. But for the most part, I've been so just bent on self-development and time efficiency. And one thing I was talking earlier about is living as if you had $10 million, and how would that influence how you act and think, and that sort of thing. And I've been just so crazy efficient and productivity and all those things, and too much of anything is a bad thing, right? And so a real life slip. The guy is here. The guy is here, adding more life to the survival kingdom. But for example, y'all, I woke up at 3:45 this morning. I didn't mean to. I just couldn't sleep last night, and then I woke up before my alarm. I've been filming. I'm doing a week in the life sort of vlog for my real life channel. which has kind of been fun too. Really been enjoying that actually. But I put this morning before 6:30 a.m. I ended up, brushing my teeth. Man, my throat is dry. It's raspy, y'all. Before 6:30 in the morning, I had already posted a TikTok and Instagram, YouTube video. So all 3 platforms. Cooked up a pork loin, ran 4 miles around the city, took a hot bath, and rendered 50 replay mod cinematics. All before 6:20 in the morning. Which is insane. It really is insane. But guys, I do think I think that my throat is running out. It's been too long since I have streamed. And I do talk all day to the kids, so that could be a reason for it too. So I say, why don't we take a look back? It's pretty much an interesting looking finished product, and I'm sure you're not that surprised with the type of design I went with the flowers. It kind of, I don't know what to think. It definitely needs other things in here, I feel like. It's a fat flower field. This is very expensive. Cobb, it is so hard to do this without stealing from you. I genuinely mean that. Man, it's big. It really is quite big, but as we can see, I mean, the kingdom it's crazy. It is starting to come together too. Cobb, for next season on Lotus, dude, I have to pick a bigger area because I clearly ran out of the space that I wanted to end up using. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out tonight, helping us get some work done on the kingdom. We can stop recording. I gotta say, flowers are destiny, definitely in this world. It is so lovely being able to hang out with you all. New video coming out on Saturday, and yeah, just thanks once again for being here. And if you are the rare person that has been watching this the entire way through after the fact, I appreciate you as well. I hope that you have a great Wednesday, and I will see you all very, very soon on the YouTube sphere.